Obviously I can't let go of the Halloween spirit because the stuff is still up. But I'm also filming this ahead of time and it's still not Halloween yet. Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another creepy book club. I know it seems like we just had one of these because I saved October's creepy book club literally for the last day of the month on Halloween. But now we are back to your regular scheduled creepy book club programming the first Monday of the month. So for November, we're gonna be talking about Slasher Girls. You can't see the cover, so I'm gonna lean forward, and Monster Boys, which was compiled by April Genevieve. Fuck this last name. I'm just gonna put it right here, let it focus. You can read that. You go ahead and try that last name. You guys try for that. If anyone can figure it out, leave me a pronunciation in the comment section. Y'all know how I am with last names. Slasher Girls and Monster Boys is a selection of stories from multiple authors, all listed here. I'll go ahead and put that here so you can take a look. There's a lot. I'm not gonna read them all because also last names are hard. So, you know. I'll leave a link to info below for all of this so you guys can look this up. But it's a collection of stories written by popular young adult authors, particularly authors that specialize in kind of like the thriller, chiller, horror genre. I don't know, I don't know what it is with me and anthologies, but I really love anthologies. I love Trick or Treat. Y'all saw my video yesterday. I'm loving the anthologies right now. So it's just a collection of little short stories. All of them at the end, like at the very bottom of the last page of the story, it tells you like at the bottom, let me find an example. Can we get to the end of the story, please? So like at the last page of a story, at the very bottom here, upside down, it tells you like what this particular story was inspired by. So for example, this one, inspired by the 1976 film The Omen and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. This is actually one of my favorite ones that I was going to talk about. So at the end, they all have like kind of like an inspired by, and most of them are inspired by like that one I showed you, classic horror movies, classic horror novels or gothic horror novels, and urban legends and things like that. I like them. They're all like, because like once you start to read them, you can kind of guess the inspirations before you get to that last page. But that's not a problem. It's just like, they're all very like fresh takes on it. So you can kind of tell like, oh, this is kind of resembling Final Destination or something, but it's like a fresh take on it. So it doesn't feel like cookie cutter, or like, it doesn't feel like a copy and paste or anything like that. I don't know, it's cool. And some of them, I almost want to like write the author and just like request more, or like an expansion on particular stories in here. Like, can you just turn this story into a whole novel, because I so enjoyed it. There are really cool ones in here. There's a really cool like Alice in Wonderland inspired one, which kind of focuses on the March Hare and turns him into like the scary monster thing, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I'm digging the anthologies, and this is like, these anthology books are so great for if you don't have a lot of time to read, because they're short stories. So, you know, like in one sitting, you could read one story, and then if, you know, like the next 2 weeks you get super busy, and then you come back to it, you're just reading a new story, so it's not like you forget. Because I've had those books where it's like, I've started a book, and then I just got like really, really busy for a couple weeks and didn't have time to read anything, and then I go back to read it, and then I'm like, fuck, forgot what happened. Like, so these are great if you're one of those that are super busy all the time and you don't have a lot of time to read. These are great because you can they're just a new story every chapter. It's wonderful. And they're all creepy and they all have really cool twists and turns. I think my favorite two out of these two are the one that I showed you the example. The title of the story was called The Dark Scary Parts and All, and it just had a really, I don't want to give anything away, it just had a really good twist at the end. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's like a happy ending, but not in the way you'd expect. And the next one that I really liked is called, in the book, is called Hide and Seek. And it's kind of like a game, like against death. So it reminds me, it's inspired by Final Destination. Yeah, inspired by Final Destination, The Crow, and Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. If you remember, if anyone has seen that movie, if you remember, Bill and Ted play a series of games against the Grim Reaper in order to get out of hell, pretty much. And that's kind of what this turns into, a game of hide and seek mixed with Final Destination, absolutely, which is really cool. I would love to see that one, Hide and Seek. I would love to see in a movie form. I think that would be really good. Maybe I should write the author. Like, go like, get somebody to make a movie out of your short story, because that would make a really good movie. These were like my favorite ones. I really didn't have any least favorite ones, I don't think. None of them were, like, I just had like my favorite ones, but none of them sucked, I don't think. I think a lot of these would make really good movies, actually. Now that I think about it, they make pretty good movies. But yeah. And I mean, there's not much I can say on the writing style, really, because they're all different authors, so everyone you read is gonna be a little bit different. 10 out of 10, do recommend Slasher Girls and Monster Boys. April Genevieve something. I'll leave that all down below if you want to get the book for yourself. If you do and you read it, come back and let me know what you thought about it in the comments section down below. Or if you've already read it, let me know what you thought of it, and let me know what your favorite stories in here were. 'Cause I want to know. So yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more of my face and hear more of my voice. And until next time, stay strange. Bye!